7 nights a week I stream live over on Twitch playing a variety of video games. And the variety can include everything from the likes of uh, Mass Effect Andromeda, Pokemon Shield, Star Trek Online, Overwatch. Those are a couple of different genres there. Action RPG, almost a standard RPG, third-person shooter, first-person shooter, and MMO. And those are just some of the stuff I've been featuring regularly. You go back even further, I've played visual novels, point-and-click adventures, full-motion videos, FMV style games, and it's the last of which that we are actually talking about today, because the trailer for this game, Gamer Girl, certainly got a lot of people's attentions, and not for the right reasons. My reaction to the trailer was like, the developers and publishers of it, whoever thought that trailer was a good idea to release in the wake of everything that just went down over the past month and a half involving Twitch, and want to hold the Twitch platform, the people that oversee it, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, and so forth, hold everyone accountable in terms of protecting the streaming community from everything that's being depicted in this game, in that trailer. As it just boggles my mind. It's like, who, in many regards, the concept of the game in and of itself is a good idea. I could see it being a movie or something. So I get the idea. I understand the concept of the game. In terms of dramatic, if you want to do like a thriller or something of that nature, it's certainly it's certainly something that could work in a genre, like a film or television, and so forth, because these type of things have worked and so forth, throughout entertainment history. But the timing of the trailer coming out and everything, could not have been worse. It reeks of trying to strike while the proverbial iron is hot, while the topic of harassment and protecting the members of the streaming community from all sorts of less than ideal situations. It's just bad. It's just so bad. Now, I got the press release in front of me here. I'm off of GamerSutra.com, and I'm gonna go through it and my reactions to it, because some of it just makes me chuckle and eye roll. Released July 16th. So this is just 2 days ago. Wells Interactive and FMV Future are delighted to reveal Gamer Girl, a new multi-branching FMV set in the world of online streamer. Gamer Girl is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch this September. Adopt the role, or I guess it says the player adopts the role of a moderator for up-and-coming streamer Abby Cake99, who's back online after the mysterious disappearance of her friend Becky. Featuring multi-branching narrative and real-time chat simulation, your role as moderator is to control the stream, level up mod powers, guide Abby's choices, and uncover the threat she faces, find an anonymous predator who hides in the stream's chat. Developed by FMV Future, with the writer and director of The Bunker, co-developed and published by Wells Interactive, who brought you The Complex, Late Shift, and Made of Scare. Now, all of that sounds good and everything, and knowing that FMV Future and Wells Interactive they have a history. Their games are quite good in terms of a narrative driven and everything. However, this one strikes a rough chord, because of, again, taking into content everything that's just gone down. And not on top of that, some of the details, at least in terms of what's involved with online streaming and everything, is definitely wrong. I was like, the moderators are there to basically moderate, keep an eye on, as like settle situations down, take action if need be, if things get out of hand involving the chat in terms of dealing with trolls and things of that issue. And it's supposed to be like a safeguard. Those who are moderators have a very tough role that they more often than not volunteer for. If they want to help a streamer who may have recurring issues with trolls and people who want to just be abusive and so forth. Heaven knows I've had my share of issues, and I've been very grateful for those who stepped up to be moderators for my channel. And when things on a rare occasion happen, they've, again, they stepped up and done the deed and taken care of the situation. Um, Now, the part of like, okay, guiding Abby's choices, how that the trailer definitely shows that the shows that it's more than just guiding choices. It seems to be directly telling her what to do. So depending on what's in the game in its final form, and the full thing is like how much is like there's only so far that they can really push the envelope. So it really it it really raises concerns there. It's like, again, in the wake of everything that's gone down involving a lot of the upper echelon of the streaming community. Okay, getting back to the press release. Entirely improvised. Gamer Girl is the first live action video game to have been entirely improvised by the cast in a production style similar to the Blair Witch projects and Paranormal Activity. The actors would react to pre-scripted stream text live chat that was written during film takes by the scriptwriter. In and of itself, for something, if you want to, again, if you're making a movie or something based, or in this case, the game based around the streaming community, online streaming, that's kind of like something that would be a part of it. You definitely need some sort of improvisation, genuine or shocked reactions, and so forth. Not everything can be totally scripted out. You need, more often than not, you need a real reaction. If you look at things regarding films that heavily use CGI versus films that use more practical effects, you more often not see more of a genuine reaction when you with actors who have a actual physical representation of what it is they're supposed to be reacting to, as opposed to trying to imagine what something is going to be there without actually being able to see it. Great example of this. I remember a clip of Stargate SG-1. As a matter of fact, it was something that they did in a behind-the-scenes featurette where they had a ship that was being revealed to the core cast, but during filming, there's like, oh, they're just looking at it and looking unimpressed. However, when they actually saw the scene, it's like, oh, that direction should have been more like in shock and awe and admiration that this ship was so freaking huge, and so there's that. New genre. The first multi-branching FMV video game with micromanagement metagame where players constantly have to analyze and react to a constant stream of chat comments while texting Abby and helping her make the right choices. Okay. One, it's not the first multi-branching FMV game. That's a lie. Back in the 95, when in 95 hits, there was a submarine game. The player is in the role of a ship commander, and there are branching paths to to a to a correct ending. I never actually finished that game. I could never figure out the right combination. More often than not, the submarine got sunk by an enemy torpedo. But in terms of a game, an FMV game with multi-branching paths, no. Now, in terms of being combined with a micromanagement simulator style thing, okay, we'll give it that. But the multi-branching FMV genre, not true. Though without question, it's not true. Management metagame. Manage the user's comments in the chat room. That's basically the job of the moderator is to keep an eye on the chat and so forth. And so choose to reward them for good behavior or ban them for trolling. Again, mods don't typically have that function, so forth. They can reward. Some streamers have like a point system and so forth, and sometimes the mod may be able to have the option to give points out. But banning is something associated there. More often than not, any rewards are done by the streamer itself. I like more powerful moderating abilities as you progress. Kind of makes you wonder what, do you get more and more control and set more and more restrictions on the in-game chat or whatnot? Earn candies, likes, and subs to keep Abby Cake's mood positive. Again, that's not the moderator's responsibility. That's actually on the streamer themselves. Again, I'm speaking from the role of a streamer. Okay, it's like any in terms of subs, follows, candies, donations, bits, donations, and so forth. That's all dependent on the streamer themselves. That's not a moderator's responsibility or concern there. Increase Abby Cake's viewers and subscribers to keep her career on track. Again, that is the streamer's responsibility, not the moderator. The moderator basically has no control over or influence on the viewers or people who turn in or people who choose to subscribe and so forth. Now you might have like a team if you're up there in that upper echelon where you're basically paying a staff and so forth, and you have advisors and things of that nature. You getting that input. Okay, maybe that exists at that level, but for the average streamer, no, that doesn't exist. Make the channel a success to earn upgrades. Again, in terms of making things, I guess, as a progression system within the game. Okay, that could potentially be a part of the again the management sim, but in reality, that is not on the moderator to do. That is on the streamer to do. Foreign ban and reward comments in the chat stream. That's basically a reiteration of the choose to reward for them for good behavior or ban them for trolling. If you fail, Abby will kick you off the stream and the game is and it's game over. So again, basically in that regard, it's more of like, okay, the streamer basically looking to blame everyone but themselves for their own success. Again, as someone, again, as a streamer, is just like any success or fail. If you're successful while streaming, it's because of you and the content you do and what you do on stream and so forth. If you're unsuccessful, it's the same thing. And believe me, I am very unsuccessful. I'm not going to blame my moderators. I blame myself for that. So again, like completely unrealistic unless you're talking about certain people who like to use the hashtag dare to stream, who love to blame everyone but themselves for their own failings. And I say that as someone who was associated with said people. Branching narrator. Gamer Girl has multiple story paths, hundreds of choices and permutations. Okay. Again, if you're going to have multiple story paths, you're going to need that. Players help Abby choose which activities to think would further her streaming career or enhance her mood. Workout sessions, gaming, cosplay, chill streams, IRL trips, board games, chibi drawings, etc., etc. Again, folks might suggest something for a stream or a game or something, but it's really more on the streamer to make that decision. Again, they're wording it as help Abby choose which activities and so forth, but it kind of raises an eyebrow there. Again, it's like how far it goes, what as it relates to that etc. part, exactly how far are they pushing this? Make moral choices and accept the consequences they bring. Should you encourage drama to increase your ratings or take the safe path by losing viewers? Again, if this game was set in the role of the streamer and not the moderator, that actually will make a lot more sense. Exchange messages with Abby and her friends. Will you help them, or do they have ulterior motives towards Abby? Again, that is beyond what a moderator is supposed to do in terms of communicating with the streamer. Yes, but in terms of dealing with ulterior motives, drama, and things of that nature, that's more of like the streamer's interaction with their own circle of friends and so forth. Whoever there is in their circle of trust is in their circle of trust. Whatever happens or does not happen is on the streamer themselves, not the moderator's problem. Uh but yeah. In and of itself, I mean, in terms of concept, everything sounds right. The problem is it's the timing of the release. The drop of the trailer was this week, and it definitely gained some negative buzz. Going through the press release, looking at the details and everything, it is an interesting concept, but it's completely tone deaf with what's happened here in 2020. I think I saw something said that this game was put into development 4 years ago. So kind of makes you think if this came out maybe last year, I don't think the reaction to the trailer would have been as negative. It probably would have came across as more shocking than anything else. But again, looking at the details, breaking everything down for my role as a streamer, and knowing how things actually are versus the fiction of what the role of a mod is, as relation to how much control they actually have over a stream and influencing what happens on the stream. It 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 um it certainly makes things a little fuzzy, to say the least. Fuzzy and fuzzy is probably the interesting term here. Now, will I play this game? Um, Probably not. If anything, if it actually gets released, I'll probably get it for my own thing to do off stream, on like for like achievements and things of that nature. That's probably about it. I would not stream that game. Primarily because of the issues I had last year with a horror game that had a very infamous scene, which, funny enough, was also an FMV game that came out 20 damn near 25 years ago. So yeah, that anyway. As my reaction, as my breakdown of everything associated with Gamer Girl, if you have your in the trailer and looking at the press release and everything. So with that said, tighten your friendship bracelets, watch your hang down. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you next week with whatever comes to mind. Bye.